What people don't understand about our love, they see us walking together and think they know our story. But what people don't understand about our love is how it has been built from countless unseen moments. It isn't just smiles and photographs. It's late nights spent talking when the world felt heavy. It's holding each other's gaze when everything else tried to pull us apart. They don't see how we whisper each other's names like small prayers, or how silence between us feels like a soft quilt rather than a gap. They guess at motives and label our connection, but their guesses float on the surface, never diving into the depths where we've planted our roots. Every memory is a layer, and every challenge has been a brick we chose to place. Our bond has been tested, not by distance alone, but by doubt, by misunderstanding, by storms that left us shivering yet unbroken. We carry scars as proof of survival, but also as proof of devotion. That is the first thing people miss when they glance our way and assume it's simple. What people don't understand about our love is how it breathes. It isn't a stagnant pool, but a river that winds and bends, finding its way around stones, sometimes tumbling over rapids, sometimes moving as quiet as mist. We have learned each other's currents, how your laughter rushes fast like spring water, how my fears settle like silt on the bottom, and we found ways to keep flowing anyway. Outsiders mistake change for trouble, thinking every shift in tone means a fracture. They don't see how we grow, how our hands find new ways to fit, how our words transform with seasons. When we argue, it's not an end, but a turning of the tide. When we fall silent, it's not emptiness, but rest. Our love has a pulse like weather. Storms pass, sunlight returns, and each time the air feels clearer. This rhythm is invisible to others, yet it's the heartbeat that keeps us moving forward. They don't understand that our love is made not only of sweetness, but also of courage. It takes bravery to reveal the raw, unpolished parts of ourselves, and trust that they'll be met with kindness. It takes strength to admit mistakes and patience to forgive them. People imagine passion as a constant flame, yet we know it is also embers, tended carefully through long nights. We have been each other's shelter when fear thundered overhead, each other's voice when self-doubt tried to drown out hope. Our love is a tapestry stitched with vulnerability as much as with joy. Outsiders see the vibrant colors, but not the knots and threads on the back. They don't see how every time we choose to stay, to listen, to hold, we are weaving something larger than the moment. Courage isn't loud in our relationship. It's quiet but steady, like a lighthouse far off the coast, guiding us back to safety again and again. Another thing people don't understand about our love is how much of it is built on small, ordinary rituals. They see only the dramatic gestures, a photo on a holiday, a public declaration, but the real story lives in morning texts, in the way we pour each other tea, in the soft touch on the shoulder when words aren't enough. We have built a private language from looks and pauses, inside jokes and half sentences. Our love is fluent in the everyday. People imagine romance as a grand performance, but ours is a series of quiet practices, a rhythm that hums beneath the noise. It is in the way you fold a blanket over me when I fall asleep, the way I reach for your hand without thinking, the way we leave space for each other's dreams. These moments are invisible to the crowd, but luminous to us, a constellation of gestures mapping out our devotion more clearly than any voice shouted to the world. They also miss how our love allows for individuality. Some think closeness means erasing ourselves, becoming a single blurred shape. We know better. We hold space for each other's separate worlds, cheering for victories that don't always include both of us, comforting failures that happen miles apart. Our bond is not a cage, but a garden with room for two trees to grow. The roots intertwine, yes, but the branches stretch toward different skies. This is why we come back to each other stronger, bringing stories, lessons, and light from elsewhere. Outsiders confuse independence with distance, but for us it's nourishment. We are not afraid of each other's solitude, we respect it. We understand that love is not ownership, but stewardship. a promise to nurture, not to confine. That freedom frightens those who watch us from outside, because it doesn't fit their picture of love as possession. Yet it is this freedom that keeps our connection alive and honest. What people don't understand about our love is its history. They meet us now, polished by time, but they weren't there for the early days of hesitation, for the shy glances, the awkward first words, the long conversations that spilled into dawn. They didn't see the doubts we overcame, or the patience it took to build trust from scratch. Each memory is a brick laid in a foundation, and though the building now stands tall, its strength comes from those hidden layers. We remember every mile walked, every bridge crossed, every apology offered. These aren't just stories, but the architecture of our bond. Outsiders think our love appeared suddenly, like a monument erected overnight, but it's more like a garden planted years ago, now grown lush. Its beauty comes from seasons of care, from pruning and watering, from enduring harsh weather. That patience is invisible to others, but we carry it in every glance, every touch, every promise kept. They don't see how our love holds contradictions without breaking. It can be soft and fierce, playful and serious, tender and unyielding. We have learned to dance with opposites, to welcome both laughter and tears. People want love to fit a single definition, a neat box labeled perfect, but ours is alive, shifting, messy, radiant. It thrives on honesty, even when honesty is uncomfortable. It flourishes through change, even when change feels risky. Outsiders may call it unstable, but we know it is flexible. Like a tree bending in wind, our love sways, but does not snap. This ability to hold opposites is our secret strength. It lets us be both lovers and friends, both sanctuary and challenge. It allows room for growth, while keeping the roots deep. From the outside such fluidity looks confusing. From within, it feels like breathing, like music made of many notes, but one melody. Another thing people don't understand is the faith running through our love. Not necessarily religious, but a quiet belief in each other's essence. We believe in who we are becoming as much as who we have been. We believe that mistakes do not define us, that effort matters, that change is possible. This faith has carried us through storms, when logic said we should give up. Outsiders see only outcomes. They don't see the invisible bridge of trust we walk across daily. They don't know how we've chosen, over and over, to look for the best in each other, to forgive, to keep trying. Our love is not blind. It sees clearly, but still hopes. That hope is its own kind of light, steady, even in the dark. People call it naive, but to us it's strength, a discipline we practice, like breathing, like prayer, like music. It is the reason our story continues. Finally, what people don't understand about our love is that it doesn't need their understanding. It exists in its own ecosystem, nourished by truth, patience, humor, and touch. It doesn't seek validation from strangers, or conform to their expectations. We are building something that is ours alone, a landscape only we can fully walk through. Others may glimpse the peaks and think they know the terrain, but they haven't felt the valleys or crossed the streams. They haven't stood in our storms, or basked in our sunlight. Our love is both a refuge and an adventure, a place where we grow and return, again and again. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. It only has to keep breathing, keep moving, keep unfolding, and it does. Every day we choose it anew, with all its imperfections, and all its grace. That is the truth hidden beneath appearances, the truth we live, and others only guess at.